Scotchman Industries would like to take this opportunity to thank you for purchasing one of the finest ironworkers on the market today. The purpose of this video is to help you become acquainted with the general operation of this equipment and also to assist you with the proper setup methods. In all moving machinery, there is the possibility of operator injury. It is our goal to keep this potential to an absolute minimum. It is Scotchman Industries' most sincere wish that management will make this video mandatory viewing. In these times of constant changes in the workforce, you can never be too careful. At Scotchman Industries, we are not only concerned with sales, we are concerned with operator safety and satisfaction. Please consider this video as additional visual instruction and not a replacement for the operator's manual. Please read the operator's manual. This video covers the basic operation and safety procedures for our Scotchman 5014 TM Ironworker. Before going any further, Scotchman Industries would like to place a special emphasis on the following points prior to operating the machine. Wear the appropriate personal protective equipment. Safety glasses are required at all times, whether operating, setting up, or observing this machine in operation. Since heavy pieces of metal with sharp edges can be processed on this machine, the operator should also wear steel-toed shoes and leather gloves. All of the guards and awareness barriers must remain installed on the machine and kept in good working order. Replace worn or damaged parts promptly with authorized parts. Never place any part of your body into or under any of the machine's moving parts, strippers, or hold-down devices. The operators of this machine must be qualified and well-trained in the operation of the machine. The operators must be aware of the capacities of the machine and the proper use of the hold-down devices, strippers, and guards provided with the machine. Strictly comply with all warning labels and decals on the machine. Never remove any of the labels and replace worn or damaged labels promptly. Always disconnect and lock out the power when performing maintenance work or setting up any tooling on the machine. Follow the procedures outlined in the operator's manual for setting up, changing, or aligning any tooling on this machine. Never operate this machine with dull or damaged tooling. Replace worn punches, dies, and blades promptly. Practice good housekeeping. Keep the area around the machine clear and well lit. Do not obstruct the operator's position by placing anything around the machine that would impede the operator's access to the machine. Never modify this machine in any way without the written permission of the manufacturer. Never leave this machine running unattended. Always operate the punch station facing the station and standing. Never operate any of the workstations from a sitting or kneeling position. Set up a program of routine inspections and maintenance for this machine. Make all repairs and adjustments in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. An operator's manual was shipped with the machine. If you did not receive your copy, please contact the factory or the local dealer immediately, and one will be sent to you no charge. Scotchman Industries has provided the latest state-of-the-art in control boxes for our ironworkers. In order to run this piece of equipment, you should familiarize yourself with the control box. In the upper right-hand corner is the main disconnect switch. When the switch is in the off position, you can put your lockout device in the specifically designed slot that prevents turning the machine on. To the left of the disconnect switch is the emergency stop button. This button will shut down the machine when depressed. To start the machine, place the disconnect switch in the on position, pull out the emergency stop button, and push the green on button. This lever selects either the punch or the shear position. When the lever is placed in the shear position, the shear and tool table open and the punch and notcher close. When the lever is placed in the punch position, The punch and notcher open and the shear and tool table close. Punch and die setup procedures. The first and most important procedure we will demonstrate is the Scotchman method of changing and aligning punches and dies. Failure to properly align punches and dies can cause serious bodily injury to personnel and/or damage the equipment. Please observe the procedure very closely and use the Scotchman method. Place the machine in the punch position. Turn the machine's electrical power off by pressing the red mushroom off button. Unlock the punch barrel by pushing the drag link assembly forward and rotate the carousel to one side so you can work in an open area. Remove the stripper by pressing down on the tab and pulling it toward you. Loosen and remove the two bolts holding the die holder and remove the die holder and spacer. Using two wrenches, one to hold the punch barrel and the other to loosen and remove the jam nut and punch. Select the proper punch and die, and with both in your hand, insert the punch into the die, making sure they mate with a minimum of 1/32 of an inch clearance. All Scotchman number 20 punches and dies are engraved with their sizes. As an example, a 19/32 punch should be mated with a 19/32 die. On all Scotchman number 20K punches and dies, a clearance of 1/32 is built in. Various clearances can be used for different applications, but we recommend you contact the factory for this information. Please note, all of our number 20 shaped punches, including ovals, squares, hexagon, and special order punches, are supplied with a locking keyway machined into the punch. This keyway mates with a key built into the machine's punch barrel. When using shaped punches, care must be taken to make sure the keyway in the punch aligns with the key in the machine. Insert the punch into the jam nut and turn the jam nut assembly onto the punch ram and tighten using two wrenches. If you are using a shaped punch, rotate the punch by hand until it seats on the key before tightening the jam nut. Clean the die holder cavity and insert the die into the die holder so that the flat spot on the die lines up with the set screw in the die shoe and tighten firmly. Place the die holder and spacer on the carousel and manually push the punch barrel down so the punch enters the die. Tighten the two bolts holding the die holder by snugging one and then the other until both are tightened firmly. Check the alignment by moving the punch up and down by hand. Replace the stripper and rotate the carousel so that the entire assembly is under the punch beam. Lock the punch barrel in place by pulling the drag link assembly back, making sure the roll pins enter the slots in the drag link assembly. Lubricate the punch and die every 5 to 10 holes. For safety and tool life, you should periodically check the alignment of the punch and die and the tightness of the bolts in the die holder, the set screw holding the die, and the punch retaining nut holding the punch. One additional precaution before we conclude our segment on punching: never punch material thicker than the diameter of the punch. As an example, a 1/4 inch punch will not have the strength to punch into 1/2 inch thick steel. Any effort to attempt this can cause punch breakage and possible harm to the operator. Strippers. Both sides of the stripper must be in contact with the material being punched to be effective. If this doesn't happen, the tonnage of the machine will retract the punch, causing the material to tilt, and the result will be breakage or damage to the punch and possible injury to the operator. Stroke controls. The use of stroke controls can greatly increase efficiency and tool life. The stroke controls can be adjusted to eliminate excessive free travel. For additional safety and tool life, use the stroke controls. Angle shears. The angle shear on this model is a component tool type that mounts on the tool table. The maximum capacity of the angle shear is 4 by 4 by 3/8 inch at 90 degrees and 2 by 2 by 1/4 inch at 45 degrees. For good quality cuts, always feed the material into the tool on a true horizontal plane. Lubrication is very important. We recommend lubricating blades after every 5 to 10 cuts. Flat bar shear. When using the flat bar shear on your Scotchman Ironworker, always use the hold-down device. Never put any part of your body between the hold-down and the material to be sheared. The maximum tonnage available is to the left or closest to the pivot point. For lighter material, move to the right for better quality on the cutoff piece. Do not attempt to shear pieces that are less than 3 1/2 inches, as they are too short for the hold down to grip, and this will cause the material to kick up, and the result will be a poor quality cut and possible damage to the machine. Please lubricate every 5 to 10 cuts. Rectangle notcher. This tool is operated when the machine is in the punch position. The maximum notching applications are 2 1/2 by 3 by 5/16 inch and V-notches of 2 by 2 by 5/16 inch. When making rectangle notches in material, place the material between the blades. Cycle the machine until the blades have sheared completely through the material. Continue to hold your foot on the pedal while you remove the material toward you on a horizontal plane. Once the material is away from the blades, remove your foot from the pedal. The machine will return to a neutral position, ready for the next cut. Lubricate the blades every 5 to 10 cuts. Do not use the guard as a stripper. The safety guard will not support the load. When this position is not in use, be sure the guard is in the closed position to prevent anyone from storing tools or material on the table or in the blade cavity. Optional tools available. In this segment of the instruction video, we will cover some of the optional tools that can be purchased for the 5014 TM and the proper and safe method to use them. Rod shear. The rod shear angle shear combination is a component tool designed to shear round and square bars and to crop off cut angle iron. The tool has a maximum capacity of 3/4 inch round and square bars and 2 by 2 by 1/4 inch angle iron. Before installing the tool, place the selector lever in the shear position and allow the arm to retract fully. Turn the power to the machine off. Mount the tool on the tool table. Line the pressure block on the tool up to the upper arm and tighten the mounting bolts. To operate this tool, please use the following instructions. The tool has an adjustable kick-up bolt above the square cavity. This is the in-feed side of the tool. The kick-up adjustment bolt on the square cavity should be adjusted for each size square material. Adjust the screw down to the point where the workpiece will just feed under the bolt and remain at a horizontal plane perpendicular to the blades. Do not feed material from the back side of the tool. When shearing short pieces or nipping the ends of rods, keep the drop-off side of the shear clear. Failure to remove short pieces may result in damage to the tool and possible injury to personnel. Lubricate the blades every 10 to 15 cuts. Brakes. Brakes are component tools designed to bend and form mild steel. They are shipped standard with dies to accommodate material up to 1/4 inch, 6.3 millimeter thickness. This machine will accept a 12-inch brake. Please use the following instructions for installing the brake on this machine. Place the selector lever in the shear position and allow the arm